Hello hogs! In today's challenge video we'll be beating Elden Ring and most of the bosses in the base game with only torches. That's really the only condition of this run, gotta use a torch. Luckily, right at the start of the game there is the first torch. I wanted to start exploring different weapon types as I've never used the majority of the weapons in this game. Even though I have, 800 and something hours into this game, I've mostly been doing speed runs and attempting no-hit runs. We just did a no-hit run on the channel. You can check that one out too if you want. First order of business is to test out the torch, and we realized pretty quick that this thing is a poise-breaking machine. Malenia queefs me a ring. I'm not sure what that means. And we go and gather some extra goodies around the land. We pet this giant. Go for the strength tier. I'm just going to grab a bunch of random stuff. I don't know what to get. Go for the golden vow guy. I've never fought him with this weird of a weapon. And goes pretty good, I think. Yeah, we do pretty good against this guy. I felt bad for him, so I just wanted to give him a second shot. He did make it. We give this hobo our patronage. Grab a sleeping cookbook. You never know. Sacred tier, and of course the flask. We grab our spiked physic tier, axe talisman, the faith knot tier near Castle Morn, where our next torch is gonna be, and it is the steel wire torch. Grab another grace in Caelid for some quick access, and we go grab flame, grant me strength. Grab another grace for convenience sake. We're going to be traveling around here. Grab our third torch, the beast torch. The beast torch allows us to scare away animals and beasts and all kinds of good stuff. And we attack this beetle for a lovely smithing stone, somber smithing stone number 8. Climb up the tower and grab this Newman's rune. And go down below that tower and grab our other smithing stone number 9. Go into Fort Faroth. We're not going to grab the Dectus for this run. Scare away some rats. Get some runes. Scare away another rat. Stupid rat. And grab a piece of this man's body. Still in Caelid, we're going to grab some more smithing stones for later on so we can save a little bit of money. And head down to the Radon Grace for later for easy access. And as we're cosplaying Shrek from Temu, we head down to the swamps. Down near the swamps, we hit the Purified Ruins, and we're going to grab another talisman, which is the Faith Talisman, which gives us 5 faith if we equip this bad boy. I believe we use it for a few things. I don't know if we use it too much, but I'm just grabbing stuff just in case. We're using fire and stuff, so things are going to scale a little differently depending on which torch we got. And I don't really like respecking too much. Grab some smithing stones from this dude. Grab some more convenient graces. Don't really want to use my fat legs for anything. Head buy some lobsters and grab some more smithing stones. Gotta love that. Another crab. Some more smithing stones for us. Some plants. They got some smithing stones for us too. Almost get absolutely destroyed. Some more creatures in the swamp. We grab his key for later access. Still in the swamp. See some little creepy dudes in there. I don't know. Mess up a little bit. Sometimes you just can't jump off the horse. Yeah, it's unfortunate in this game. Grab this teleporter and get the heck out of the swamp. We're kind of done with this place for now. I lied. We're still here. We're going to grab a few more things. We're going to grab another smithing stone number 3, allowing us to get a little extra levels for some bosses later. And we take our first trip to the Round Table Hold, where we're going to grab a finger seal and upgrade our steel wire torch. The steel wire torch seems to have the best overall damage from what I've seen with the torches, so we're going to be rocking with that one as our main torch. And fight Stinky Boy Margit. Just a little test out the weapon. See the charge attacks, see how the weapon moves and feels and the speed of it. It's looking pretty good against Margit. The damage isn't too bad. Charge attacks are nice. I try to sacrifice my life for a stun. Always worth it. He phase transitions very late in this fight, which is pretty cool. Old whirly bird. Unfortunately, I may fat finger this one and eat absolute garbage. My confidence is destroyed at that point, and I say screw it, let's start over. Round 2 with Margit. Slap this hobo up. Try to light his little pecker on fire. Doesn't need it anymore after we're done with him. This thing is a stun machine, though. It's absolutely nuts. It doesn't use a lot of stamina either, so you can get a lot of shots into this thing. It's very nice. Damage is good for the earlier levels. I'm not too sure on the later levels. I mean, I do know because I'm commentating this after the run. Spoiler alert, the damage isn't too hot. Get the big stun, slap Margit's pecker off, and it's off to the running sections. We're going to go straight through the main gate, dodging everything we can. Just call me Vince Vaughn in Dodgeball. We head up the scary pathway here. You can do a little quick jump and avoid those ballistas. Don't try this at home, kids. And we head through the main gates and into Godric. Godric's a pretty good test. He is a little beefy, so we can get a lot of opportunities of attacks on this guy. Stun pretty early. We're doing very nice damage. Transition him into phase 2. We leave him with about half HP for phase 2, which is kind of not the best, but that's okay. Phase 2 is pretty easy. You get free attack at the start, and he stuns immediately. This torch is a monster. Go for a little greed there. Got super lucky. Another stun. This is maybe like the 4th stun. I don't know. Go for the crit. Don't hit his face, unfortunately. Probably would have killed him. I somehow dodged that by crouching. I don't know if it was the terrain, but again, we got super lucky with a dodge. And we go in for the jumping R2, or the jumping heavy attack. And we find this guy just hanging about. So I decided to see how good the stuns are, and it's crazy. We're done with Godric. We're gonna head to the ruins of Principe. I don't know what this place is called. The place to the magma worm, so we can get to Aldous Plateau. I don't know. There's a lot of ladders in this place, man. Why are there so many ladders? I don't know why. I just wanted to show you guys all the ladders. It's not the most exciting gameplay, but I thought it was pretty funny. The torch is actually pretty cool. It explodes these dudes if you hit them in the backpack. Some more ladders. Moving on up. Yeah, if you attack them like one hit. You can see with like the little NPC dudes too. Torch is a menace. Get a quick somber 4 in there. Up some more ladders, of course. Some more ladders. Keep climbing up. Accidentally climb up again. It's the only way to go. Climb up another one. Just checking out the surroundings. And it's to the magma worm. I believe I upgrade my weapon before going into this fight, as I want the best damage possible against this stupid ass worm. He's not really a worm. He's a whole ass lizard. Anyway, he's stomping around like a madman. I'm gonna just try to trap him behind this pillar as long as I can, so he's not just running around on us spewing lava everywhere. Good trick. If you guys want to copy that, feel free. Credit Cow Rampage, of course. I probably didn't invent it. I don't know. I probably saw it in a run somewhere. But anyway, good tip for this guy. Try to stay around his legs. Don't do what I did here and stay near his belly. We got really lucky there with a stun. Does big damage on his face. This is what you want to try to do. Stun him, hit him in the face, and then go back to his legs. Unfortunately, he likes to reposition himself so you're around his belly, and then you get absolutely destroyed. I couldn't even see that attack coming. Anyway, round 2, we go for some quick stuns again. Torch doing what torches do, I guess. Probably the best stun weapon I've ever used. Another big stun. Get stuck in his leg, get a little bamboozled there. But that's alright, we're gonna just go for the armpit. Breathing fire, get out of there, go for the tail. Doesn't matter where you hit him, he's gonna stun the same, so just go for the body part that's least likely to attack you. Little miss there. Good thing he's got ankles. Clap him in the ankle and go for the head again. Magma worm absolutely destroyed. And we're out of that place and into Altus Plateau. For some reason, a dragon flies through here. I don't remember this happening. It's been a while since I've been through this route. Anyway, we grab some golden seeds along the way. Go through the main gates of Altus Plateau where the tree sentinels are. Grab some more golden runes, of course. Golden seeds, sorry, golden runes. What am I talking about? Some more golden seeds. And we're on our way to our next torch. It's pretty quick to get torches. Probably the best thing about this run is the ease of accessibility to get all the torches. -1. So we grab the Sentry's Torch, which scales with holy damage. It does not do fire damage, so this one actually does become useful for a couple bosses. And we go directly for the Draconic Tree Sentinel. We're going to fight this bad boy. I'm going to stare at him for a second. Hey. You're a guy on a horse. I'm a guy on a horse. You want to come around the corner for a second? We lure this guy into a safe space. If you've seen any of my other videos, you probably already know what's going to happen here. We wait for his footsteps to stop. Throw a little kukri. For some reason, kukris make a lot of noise, and enemies are attracted to noise in this game, if you didn't know. And we lure them right to the edge of this cliff. And since the torches are a stun machine, this trick is pretty good with the torch. 1 charge heavy, 2 charge heavy, 1 light attack, 1 more light attack to send him off the cliff, and that is Draconic Tree Sentinel. We probably could have done this boss later, and it probably would have been really easy too, but I just like doing that. It's fun. Grab a torch for later, again, for some convenience, and we go back to Caelid and go for this Putrid Avatar, which drops the Flame Shroud and Crack tier, which is going to buff our damage. I don't know about significantly, but it does buff us up a bit. As you can see, the trees take insane damage from fire, so we're just going to crack this guy down pretty free. Flame Shroud and Crack tier acquired. And we're gonna do... This kill is honestly insane. So I throw the kukris again to distract them so they go to the wall. I did not mean to do this at all, but it worked out so nice. Double kill, right in the middle. What a shot. Anyway, I might have fallen off here, and then we take this little shortcut. Just so we don't have to go through the main doors and around. Trick is pretty hard. It took me like 4 or 5 attempts there. I didn't really want to show it, just to save some time on the video. This video's already going to be pretty long. Anyway, we're going to go up to Renala's area. But first, we got to go through some dogs. We're going to grab this Grace for convenience sake, of course. And we're going to head out of here real quick. And we're going to go down to the High Road Cave. Where we're going to grab another talisman. Go all the way down this area to the very bottom. We're going to switch to our Beast Torch because there's a bunch of dogs. And we're going to walk on in. But first, it seems like tradition, I guess, in a lot of these videos where I jump off this and don't make the jump and purify myself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. This place is the bane of my existence. Anyway, we finally make it down, get through the waterfall like some Legend of Zelda secret, and into the boss, the Guardian Golem. The item he drops is the Blue Dancer Charm, which gives you more damage based on equip load. I don't care about wearing armor, so I'm just gonna get this for a little more damage. I am so good that I don't even need to worry about getting hit. That's a lie. This run, I die so much. I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's some bosses here that take me a very long time. Anyway, we go to the Red Wolf's room, get absolutely sniped first, and go fight this big old dog. This dog is annoying. Luckily, he doesn't have a lot of HP, or this fight would be miserable. Dodge perfectly, of course. Don't get hit at all. Finally get to test our damage. Does a pretty good chunk. That's just a tap heavy attack, not even a charged. Anyway, dodge his magical bullshit. Try to stay alive long enough so we don't have to run back here. Dodge it perfectly, just like the first time. And then the dog hits me with the triple. Why not? Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with the torch so far. It's doing good at the very low levels. I got no problems with using this one at the current time. Anyway, the dog goes down. We head down to Moongrum. Again, we're going to use some sound trickery. Just because Moongrum's annoying. He's going to parry the crap out of me for sure. We throw a dart and we sneak on in. Good strat if you guys don't want to really deal with him. Just throw a little kukri. And we go find mommy and her children. We slap one. We slap two. We slap three. And we get to use the Ash of War on this weapon, which is actually pretty fun. So we light her up. The fire stays on the floor, and we could just tee off on her. Pretty fun. Unfortunately, I get a little greedy here. Just take a little extra hit. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, slap one, slap two, and slap three. Really bad at slapping them for some reason. Anyway, we preemptively hit some fire on the ground, so she's bathing in it. And down mommy goes. Phase 2, of course, if you guys know, is pretty annoying. Our damage is okay for this fight. We're using a fire weapon. It's like the least resistant of the things I can use, I think, against her. Can't really remember. It's either that or holy, but this one has a cool Ash of War, so I decided to use it against her since there's an opportunity where she just stays still. Yeah, damage is decent. She gets stunned pretty easily as well, and then here comes the summons, man. Hound's going after me. I don't care. The only bad thing with the torch so far is the range is pretty bad. You'll see me whiff a lot. Even on the one of the trees that I fought earlier. Oh, she disappears there. Who knew? Not me. Yeah, the torch does miss a lot. The range isn't the greatest. Anyway, we go running around, try to dodge all of her bullshit. Another summon. I think she summons all 4 of her summons. Absolutely destroyed. Thanks a lot. Another summon. Summon back to back. And the dragon, if you stay away from the dragon, he'll eventually jump and just disappear. So kind of just keep our distance. You can also hit her at the very start of the dragon summon if you are close enough. But unfortunately, we're a million miles away. And she summons 3rd summon in a row. All unique, by the way, which is pretty cool. Go for the long run to mommy. Just to get a jumping R2. And back into the comment, waste some more time. I should have tested if the beast torch scares away the ghost dogs. I'm not sure if that's actually a thing. Be pretty cool though. Anyway, some more bullshit. Somehow survive. I don't know how that didn't clip me the entire way, but we got a little lucky there. Another jump in R2, and she summons the giant, and I forgot she disappears during it. Get absolutely screwed. Round 2, get destroyed by another summon. Round 3, this Renala fight's not going too good, man. Our best option is the jumping attack on her. And she does the twirly twirl, and that's my signal to get her the hell out of here. Give her a couple on the way down. Level up a little bit. Unfortunately, my first run of this up to Godskin Duo, the footage got like corrupted and I couldn't use it. So I had to redo this entire run up into Godskin Duo. So you might see my stats a little different after Godskin Duo. I think it's like pretty similar though. There's not much different things I did. Anyway, we're going to go grab this next talisman, the Ritual Sword Talisman, which gives us damage when we have full HP. Big stun, goes down. Ash of War absolutely destroys this beast. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, unfortunately our footage got corrupted. I had to redo this entire first section again. We're going to head to Mount Gelmir and get another talisman while we're in Altus Plateau. It's right there. We might as well go grab it. It's in one of the forts. I don't remember what the fort is called right now. Anyway, I'm going to go through this little danger section. Don't run through the gas. The gas will get you, boys. It always does. Fort Layed. Layed. Who knows what it's called, man? I'm not an English major. Anyway, you just go through this door. You don't have to fight that guy. You go up the stairs in here. You jump over this thing and you get the Fire Scorpion Charm. Gives us extra fire damage at the risk of taking extra damage if you get hit. Again, I'm a professional. I don't get hit ever, as you'll see in this Radon fight. Anyway, we go to Radon. We do a little trick at the start where we run away from Radon because he's a piece of shit. And we let him despawn and shoot an arrow into the abyss so he doesn't do a stupid arrow first phase. Gives us time to buff up. We got Golden Vow. We'll replace that Golden Vow with the real Golden Vow later. And we got Flame Grant Me Strength and our Physic, which has fire and the spiked cracked here, I believe. Anyway, we get the good opener. Just tee off on him for a bit. I probably could have did another attack there. Anyway, we wait for the horse to show up. Run around Radon if he does the big slam. Go for another couple attacks. This part is pretty important to roll in front of him when he explodes. So he'll do this next scripted part and we get the big stun. Go attack Leonard, of course. And pretty good first phase with the torch, to be honest. Told you I was a professional. We don't get hit. Excellent first phase. The torch is doing some work for us. We get a pretty good opener for phase 2. Get to attack the horse. Get a little greedy there. Told you, just don't get hit, boys. Just a professional. Yep. Perfect, flawless run. Absolutely dodged the crap out of that one. Anyway, for some reason, phase 2 restarts. After we dodged all those missiles, and we're gonna try this again. We get a semi-decent opener where we get to survive long enough so he does this thing, and we dodge again flawlessly. No problems there. I'm really scared of the rocks at this point. We're just trying to stay a little far away in case those rocks come at me. Just giving a little distance, and we get a pretty good opener again for this. Again, at full HP, never took a single damage, not once. Full HP, as you can see. Anyway, he's going for some more crazy crap. I like going on the horse for this one, and then you can use invincibility frames to jump off the horse and dodge that attack. Professional stuff. One jumping R2, and that'll do it for Radon. Stinky, stinky boy. Level up a little bit. We head to Nokron after we kill Radon, which opens up Nokron. And we can get our next torch, which I don't really like that much, is the Ghost Flame torch. You have to put a bunch of stats into intellect, and didn't really feel like respecing for this one. It just didn't seem worth it to me. I don't really need the frost proc. It's okay. I don't need the extra damage. I did try it out a bunch in the run I recorded before this. Like I said, it got corrupted and couldn't use the footage. So we grabbed that and we go to the capital. We're going to try out our torch again to see the stuns. Get an insanely lucky drop there, by the way. Yeah, this thing is a stun machine. One jump heavy and to a single light and they're stunned. Anyway, we go to the golden rooftops. Get down. Bubble somehow gets down on the rooftop. I've never seen that in my life. Anyway, jump across the place. Don't know why I grabbed that thing. And we're going to fight this tree that pops down in the middle. Trees seem to be our friends in this run. I probably should have killed more trees so I can get more runes, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how to build the torches. Like, I just try to get the most damage I can and some fire damage and some holy damage, but again, professional fight, don't mind me. You just wish you were this good and you never got hit. I go for the greed, why not? He's already gonna die. And I intentionally take these hits just to make him feel better about himself. We get the Lord's Rune, which is worth 50,000 bucks, and we go up some dragon bones. On our way to gold free. Again, another flawless fight. You guys will be so impressed with this one. Just on an absolute tear. I could probably submit this run to the Team Hitless boys, and they'd probably approve this run. It's just that good. We wait for the axe throw opener. He doesn't seem to go for it. He seems to know my plan. For some reason, I get a little frisky in this fight. Yep. Absolutely not taking any damage at all. As you can see, we're back into the fight. No editing there. This one goes a little better. We get some nice stuns off on him. Play a little safer this time. Like I've done this fight, you know, hundreds of times. We should be pretty decent at it. Torch misses just barely again. One of the main problems with the torch is it does miss quite a bit. One big last stun and we set him on fire because ghosts get set on fire. The more you know. Anyway, we got now our 4th slot for the talisman. We put the fire scorpion charm on it, as we are using the fire version of the torch, not the holy version, and we go fight Margit, my favorite guy. Don't really like this boss at all, actually. Anyway, we try to bait out this big spear attack for the big jump, gets him charged off on him. I decide to trade with him here so I can go for the guaranteed stun where he does the raining swords. And we try to do as much damage as we can. We don't want this fight to go on too long. I'm not sure what I was healing there, by the way. Some phantom damage, the emotional damage I'm taking playing this damn game, doing challenge runs. With one big jumper, we send him into phase 2. A little trick with phase 2, you can sleep him while he's spewing lava or whatever he's doing over there. And the sleep will last a couple seconds, but it's enough to get like 2 charge attacks on him, which is nice. Again, I go for the guaranteed trade. I know I'm going to stun him in 3 shots. I figure why not. I've never seen this attack in my life, by the way. What is this thing? This is a monstrosity. So now there's a couple good attacks he can do in phase 2. One is the big blood sword. There's a couple of variations he can do on that one, which are really nice to punish. So we kind of just wait around, We don't want to take too many risks and restart this fight because he can like 1 or 2 shot me. I'm not really looking forward to fighting him a second time, so kind of stay away and bide our time. Wait for that big jumper, of course. Off to the side because the geyser happens now when he does make contact with the ground. And 1 more blood attack. Big stun. Big Morgott. See you later, bud. And on the way to Fire Giant area, there is this scarab. It grows when he gets to a certain health. I couldn't remember when it was, so I'm kind of just running away from it. Yeah, there it is. Anyway, this one drops a Somber Smithing Stone 7. Or 6, I think. 6? Yeah, Somber Stone 6. So we don't have to go into Volcano Manor for it. And there's a 5 in Radahn's area. So that's pretty good. Anyway, we go to the Zamar Ruins and we grab Smithing Stone Bell Bearing number 3, which allows us to upgrade the Steel Wire Torch some more later on. And we upgrade the Sentry Torch as well at the same time, getting it up to +9. So we're using the Sentry Torch for the Fire Giant because the Fire Giant is more resistant to fire. Shocking. Anyway, this fight is pretty standard for pretty much every build that uses a melee weapon. You stun his feet as much as you can and try to transition him into phase 2. Our damage is pretty low, so it does take a little bit of extra time to get him into that phase. But overall, this fight is pretty easy. We one-shot it. Nothing really goes too terribly wrong. Again, professional Elden Ring player. I am not a professional. Do not seek my advice. I'm actually really bad at this game. Anyway, we get the stun off. I decide to sleep him last second just to get a couple extra shots in on him. Again, you could sleep this guy. Little more knowledge for you. But yeah, he sleeps for quite a bit. So we get to tee off on him, get another stun. And this should allow us to transition him into phase 2. Phase 2 starts off. Again, flawless, professional Elden Ring player. You love to see it happen. Absolutely no problems there. We get on our horsey to get away from this fire, though. Losing the Fire Giant at this point would be emotionally damaging for me. It's just such a long fight. I decided to go for the R1s here because he's kind of unpredictable when he does roll away from you. So I'm just trying to do some R1s in case I do have to roll away last minute. But anyway, this is a montage of me just doing R1s. And there's not much going on in this fight. We just R1 him a couple times. Try to avoid the balls. I think he's supposed to spawn fire there, but it just never happened. Whatever. Do a couple R1s. He runs away. This is the story of the fight. It's pretty much it. Of course, couple shots left, he runs away on us like the bastard he is. Try not to get pancaked, and Fire Giant goes down pretty easy. Just lucky I have a lot of experience with this fight. It can go very bad. We just got a little lucky there. Anyway, we go talk to my lady for the last time. We hold hands and sing Kumbaya or something. I don't know. On to Godskin Duo. Nothing really happens on the way to Godskin Duo, so I just gave you this footage. I messed this first part up pretty bad, but they both go to sleep. No big deal. So the strat for this one is always fight Godskin Noble. He is much easier to deal with than the skinny guy for me. I don't like fighting the skinny guy. I should probably practice that fight eventually, but we go for the big dude. He decides to bait me out and go phase 2 as soon as I approach him. Nice guy. Anyway, I found this strat in my no upgrade weapon run, I think. I think I used something very similar to this, the Reduvia. We just stand on this pillar and use an Ash of War, and this one honestly works amazing. I'm super shocked this is working this well. I think this is my second attempt. So we kind of figured it out the first time, and it worked amazing. Phase 2 is pretty tricky. If you do any attack close to him, he can explode with his belly. So we try to avoid him while he's doing that. Anyway, we wait for the skinny guy to summon his friend back. I miss every sleep pot known to man. I just keep chucking him. It's going to hit eventually. Anyway, they both go to sleep again. Hallelujah. This is not going good. We have one more sleep pot left for the this part, so... We tee off on him again. 3 charged attacks will do it. We get another 2 in. Don't want to get trapped inside that fire, so we get out of there. And just bide our time. We're basically just trying to get him to phase 2. And there he is. We like using this middle pillar. For some reason, he never rolls over this one. So I just always try to get to this one, no matter what. And we go for the strat again. I screwed up a little bit there, but still does pretty good damage. You kind of want to aim it at the floor so he's rolling inside the fire as well. And I was a little late on doing it, but that's okay. Big belly attack, you got to be very careful. I get a little sloppy here, but, you know, it does happen. I mean, the fight goes flawless, and I'm a professional Elden Ring player. This is where the scary business happens when they're both awake. One guy's chucking fireballs. You got to keep a constant eye on both of them at all times. Try to keep some distance with the pillars, and the pillars can block fireballs, so you try to use that to your advantage. Anyway, he goes for the roll around. I don't really make it. He traps me in his ring of fire, but you know what? I'm feeling pretty confident. We get to the third and final summon of the fight. Unfortunately, I get trapped in the ring here. Not feeling as confident anymore. And I just heal at the wrong time. Absolutely heartbreaking. It's a long fight, too. Anyway, this is the next attempt. I decided to sleep them individually, so now we have more sleep pots because I didn't throw them all away like a crazy madman. And this fight goes pretty smooth. I lied. Never goes smooth in this fight. Godskin Duo is the worst boss fight of all time. Luckily, I did this fight on no weapon upgrade. That video is probably before this video, I think. And I fight this boss with not upgrading my weapon at all, and it is the most torturous thing. It took me like 15 or 17 hours to beat this boss. So I luckily do have a lot of experience now doing low level against this one. So this one doesn't take us too long on this run, thankfully. We have a pretty good strat too to deal with. Yeah, looking pretty healthy. The skinny guy should be waking up and very cautious. Again, I didn't listen to my own rules. I went for too many greedy attacks there. But we do get lucky. He does go into another roll, and we were right next to a pillar. And a big tip for this fight, if you're fighting both of them, only attack one. If you do attack both, they will both get aggressive on you. And usually if you only attack one, the other one will stay passive and just throw fireballs, which is easy enough to deal with as I get hit in the back with one. But now there's barely any HP left. We're waiting for him to summon his boy back so we could take advantage of the long animation of it and just destroy this guy. Try to keep my distance in case some crazy stuff does happen, but try to keep enough of a gap where we don't have to run too far to attack him on his final part. And Godskin Duo is down. Thank the Lord. We go out to Fair Missoula. I just showed this part because we do a little bird skip. Maybe you guys are interested in seeing it, so you don't have to go and fight the birds. I do fail it a couple times, but I don't show that because I'm a professional Elden Ring player. So yeah, you just jump down here. You try to get onto this little ledge there. Swinging a weapon kind of helps for some reason. For me, anyway. And you go up the elevator around this little corner. And there is a beast man at the top. And you just want to avoid him. You avoid him. And then you jump off this ledge. This part, it can be pretty precise. There's my runes there. And you just jump around these pillars the best you can. It's pretty tough. Made it look a little easier there, but another big ladder, of course. Hey, yo. What the Anyway, it's on to Malekith. There's another golden boy there. We don't really mess with him. We just run away. Easy enough to do. Into the Malekith fight. Again, I have a lot of experience with this fight. This is a fight I practiced to death. It was one of like the most difficult fights I think I had with Hitless. I kept getting destroyed. He does so many different varied attacks, and he's very hard to control sometimes. So you just gotta be ready for literally anything he could do. Again, the torch comes in very big with the stuns. You're doing pretty good damage here. Yeah, you can run right into this guy's body when he's doing the little spinny attack. But don't get too greedy. I messed this up a little bit. I backed up ever so slightly, which messed up the guaranteed punish after that. But he goes into phase 2 pretty easily. Phase 2, if you stand back here a little bit and then wait for a swipe, you get some guaranteed opening here, which is very nice when you have decent damage. Malekith, again, I said I practice this fight a lot. There's a couple of specific attacks I look for in this fight that I just abuse. I don't really try to get too fancy. This is the attack I'm looking for every time. I don't feel like doing this fight over again, of course. It can go very bad. I just had really good luck. I get very desperate to heal because I don't want to die. And we almost die right here. Destined Death just barely doesn't tick me to death. I get very lucky. Couple lucky fights in this run, I tell you. I pay for it later, though. Don't worry. Anyway, we wait around. Wait for him to do something crazy. That's the attack we're looking for. You just walk into him after. The camera goes absolutely nuts. I get super lost in the sauce there. Luckily, there's pillars and stuff you can take advantage if you do need to heal. This one's the triple. The third one, we roll backwards with him. So we get a chance to attack him after, but the torches have 0 range. So, again, he does the triple attack. We roll back with the third one. Roll back again. Luckily, we're in range that time. Missed the follow-up because torches. And we gotta wait just a little longer. Patience is necessary in this game. Yeah, looking for that attack, and we finish him off pretty easy. Stupid hound. Next fight is Gideon. This fight is miserable on low damage. Ask me how I know. Again, we did the no weapon upgrade, and this fight took me like 2 hours of misery. It's so bad. Luckily, our damage is amazing against him here. And we just walk him down. We have so much stamina, too, that we will never run out chasing him. We never really have to stop, which is a big advantage. If you do fight him, and you unfortunately don't kill him right away, this is the best strat. Get a weapon with high stamina that does good damage. Just walk him down. That's quick. Just quick hits. Interrupt everything he does. Easy fight when he doesn't meme you to death. We level up again, and it's time for the real Horaloo. Probably one of the best fights, to be honest. So this is the boss that actually inspired me to do the torch run. In my no weapon upgrade one, I just like mess around with the torch on him, and it was just really fun to do. So you're probably wondering why I'm just doing R1s. I'm trying not to stun him too quick. So if we go into phase 2, he doesn't waste his stun. Because if you stun him right while he's going into phase 2, it'll trigger it, but he will actually not get stunned. So I'm just trying to do as little stun damage as I possibly can. Unfortunately, my damage isn't that high as I thought it was going to be. So I unfortunately... You'll see in a second. You'll hear the sound. Right after this, you'll hear the stun sound. There it is, the stun sound right there. Basically screws up my entire phase 2. I am so bad at phase 2 in this fight. But getting a little better with it. It's just the attacks are so delayed. They just trick me every time. He's so good at tricking me. Like this stomp right here. When's he gonna do it? Anyway, we struggle a little bit in phase 2 for a bit. I quit out. Say, not today, Satan. I get stunned there and I can't make it out of this in time. I thought I had enough room. Unfortunate. Anyway, we try the strat again on phase 1. Try to not stun him. I stun him early just to waste it. That's my idea of thinking here. But the torches are just so good. Little showing off there. Showing my Godfrey knowledge. Yeah, once this transition happens again, I don't know why I charged R2 there. You'll hear the stun again. There it is. I'm so bad at dodging that scream. Again, phase 2 happens. We try to deal with this one a little better. I find staying close to him is very scary, but a lot easier to fight him if he's close to you all the time. Because he'll just do this crazy stuff. I find him a little more predictable when he's close. We finally get a nice stun. I had like no stamina, unfortunately. I thought that was going to kill. We ran out of stamina, couldn't dodge that kick. But it didn't do enough damage, and he is down for the count. Then we level up once again, and our not so final fight, Radagon and Elden Beast. Radagon, pretty fun fight, honestly. Maybe my top 5 fights in the entire game. Elden Beast not so much, but Radagon's pretty cool. Once you learn the flow of his attacks and stuff, it's a really fun fight. Big stun. Also, Radagon is weak to fire damage, so if you do have fire, he goes down pretty quick, even with this torch. Another charged attack into another charged attack, and that is Radagon. Pretty easy fight. Goes like that almost every time. On to the Elden Beast, the RNG god himself. This fight is honestly miserable unless you have really, really high damage. I do not like this fight at all. It just feels so chaotic and random. Luckily, you can ride Torrent in this fight now. If you have not played the game in a while, they did update this fight so you can ride Torrent, which is honestly amazing. He just swims away so much that Torrent closes the gap. Fortunately for us, though, the torch does so much stun damage that we do get a lot of stun opportunities. Again, Horse, amazing for a lot of these attacks, too. Don't be afraid to use it. Professional, of course. Never get hit by those swords at all. Yeah, Torch just has no range though, unfortunately. Even on a target this big, you miss quite a bit. We're getting honestly really good RNG in this first fight. Doing a lot of sword swings, which is what you want to see. You don't want to see all the magic explosion stuff. Just gets really hard to deal with sometimes because he can do 3 in a row. But yeah, downside of the torch as well is you can't riposte. So if you do get stuns in, you can't really do anything about it. You just got to keep doing charge attacks, which is okay, but the riposte damage would have been nice. I don't know why they didn't add it for the torches. I get super greedy here. I don't know why I attacked so much here, but could have almost died. My horse barely survives, and get lucky again. I don't know, that the horse died and I didn't take any damage. Insane. I guess the animation from the horse dying allowed me to live. Unfortunately, though, as the professional player you've seen me be, I am a moron sometimes, and we die super close to the end. It happens. We run it back, though, this time not making any crazy mistakes. My camera goes insane. I don't know what happened there. It's just going nuts. Elden Beast, baby. That's my favorite fish. Elden Ring, pretty cool game, man. Anyway, we decide we're not done with the torch, and we go to Castle Sol and fight Commander Nail, Nuli, I don't know his name, man. Commander Nile. I have not fought this boss, and any of the bosses that I'm gonna fight after Elden Beast since the game came out, which is years now, so this gets very, very sloppy. But hey, I'm no stranger to challenges, so I decided going forward in the challenge runs, I just want to fight more bosses, because it probably does get boring for the people watching. Just fight 2 rune bear bosses and go through the last gauntlet. So we're going to try to fight some extra bosses here. I don't fight them all, but I do fight a good chunk of all the, like, at least the cool ones, in my opinion. Yeah, I as you can see, I have no knowledge of this fight. This fight probably takes me a couple hours. I have no idea what's going on at all. Yeah, see, just rolling around like no idea what's happening. Even the clones pick me apart. They do so much damage. But eventually, we start getting the fight down. Taking a couple really stupid hits, but his range is insane. Look at this thing. Look at that. Look at that range. Ridiculous. Anyway, start showing off, you know, that I did learn this fight. I do play it pretty safe in this one. As I said, I'm learning the fight. Still getting hit, though. But most of the attacks we're getting pretty used to it. He doesn't actually have that many. He just has a couple awkward follow-ups you gotta watch out for. We basically just try to bait out this dodging, running attack he does. Yeah, this one here. Basically, just do that. Get a couple quick hits. Try to do a jumping attack. He always does this explosion, and then we just try to follow up. Yeah, that's pretty much the fight. I'm sure there's a better strat for it, but this is the one I got. Commander Nile down, and we go for the secret medallion, which is why we wanted to fight this guy. We get the first half of the secret medallion. Go find this old dude hiding in a pot. Good hiding spot. And we decide not to talk to him. Later, Dumbledore. Take the lift up, and we find this octopus that's just super relentless. Harder than any boss I've ever fought. Go into the consecrated snowfields and go for the Moog teleporter, but first we got to deal with the little guy first. Whoops. that guy down. We go to the teleporter to head to Moog. Again, I have not fought Moog since the very first, you know, week or two of the game coming out. So it's been a long time. This is another fight that took me a couple hours that I had to really learn. But I'm really happy that I did learn it because this fight is very fun. Phase 2 is honestly a blast. First, we grab the purifying tier for Phase 2 of Moog, of course. Don't want to be caught without that. And we go try our first attempt of Moog. Spoiler alert. This does not go well at all. Last 5 seconds.
Is mine and mine alone. Is mine.
This one I just gave up. I was like, you know what? You won. Not a problem.
Is mine.
Eventually, though, we start seeing the timings and the writings on the wall for Moog. Torches just doing insane work. We try to hit him in the face with the R2s to get more damage. Becoming a professional Moog player. Put him into phase 2. Everybody's favorite, probably not so favorite, I don't know, but it's fun for me. Phase 2 took me a really long time to learn, actually. Probably more than phase 1, I would say. There's just so much stuff on the ground, and I don't know, he can attack you from almost any range, too. Like, anytime you try to heal in this fight, he definitely tries to punish you for it. And it doesn't matter where you are. And horrible dodges there. Very lucky I didn't take any damage from that blood loss. I'm not sure what happened. But yeah, every time I heal, he punishes me. So I'm like, you know what? Alright, I'll just fight you. I will be perfect. That's pretty much how I try to approach this one. Big stun, get the heal off finally when it's safe. Sacrifice some damage, it's okay. Take an unfortunate, I don't know why the explosion happened that way. It just didn't happen the way it usually does. Luckily he got stuck on a pillar there and I was able to heal, which was nice. Gave me a little more confidence to finish the fight. Yeah, this fight is super fun. I enjoyed this one a lot.
I can see it.
Moog is down and he can see it.
The coming of our dynasty.
Mogwin. I don't know why he yells his own name there. It's really funny. Anyway, we go back to the consecrated snowfield and we grab the St. Trina's torch, which I honestly find no use to use at this point, but I grab it anyway just for a torch completionist. I know somebody in the comments will be like, you didn't grab the St. Trina's torch. I did. Just keep looking. Anyway, we open up the hailing tree. Make the treacherous rundown. I remember why I never go fight Malenia. Just getting to her is honestly the worst feeling. And on to Loretta. This fight honestly is pretty simple. I got not much to say about it. Not an interesting fight. Not an interesting boss at all. It's Loretta, another horse boss. And with the horse down, we go to Malenia's Grace. We grab this Grace. We're not going to fight her just yet. We got some other things to do first. But grab the Grace since we're already very close. And we go fight Placidusix. Again, I have not fought this boss since the game came out. I briefly helped my brother beat this boss with, I don't know, a bunch of crazy weapons that he had. But I've only fought this boss twice in my life. Maybe a couple times in the randomizer, but he would usually just get stuck in a wall or something, so it didn't really count. But yeah, never fought this boss since, and we go down within seconds. Trying to figure out the opening pattern here. It's pretty crazy at first, but I finally start to kind of understand what's going on. This fight does take me like an hour and a half to get down. It's honestly a pretty fun dragon fight. It's a lot more fun than a couple of the other dragons that exist in other games. Very cool boss though, I like him a lot. One thing I learned early though is not to try to stay underneath him like a lot of bosses. You try to stay around his tail or his legs and to attack his head as much as you can because it does very big damage. He takes about 4 charged R2s to get stunned, so that's what we're trying to do the whole time. The fire, of course, does fire, and it'll get you every once in a while. Yeah, we start to get him down pretty good. Just phase 3 gives us a little bit of trouble sometimes. You will see the most insane death. I don't know how this happened or why it happened, but it's, yeah. The Flash himself reincarnated and destroyed me. Yeah, this part was very scary. The first time I saw it, I was like, oh man, this is not good. Also, like, try to stay away from the wings of him as well. The wing, he can just smash you with his wing. Try to go for the stun. Unfortunately, he flies away last second. That probably would have done it. I don't know how I got hit there. It looked like I was rolled very far away there. But we take a couple of quick deaths. Of course, they're not quick because we're near the end of the fight, but it is what it is. Again, somehow just get clipped there. Looks like I was far enough away, but the hitbox, I guess, extended a little bit more. So I start to notice that when he does the big claw swipe with his left hand, that he's going to do the fire attack, so it's a big tell for us that we can do some huge stun damage here. And we get just lucky enough there to get the stun off before he does it to the continuous fire attack. And Placiducex, oh, not yet. Placiducex is down. Very cool fight. I like that boss a lot. And finally, Malenia. Malenia, whatever you want to call her. She is a nightmare. This boss took me around 12 hours. Something like that. Maybe 10 or 12 hours. I don't know. She does so much damage. I noticed because I have the Radagon Sword Steel on that I'm, of course, taking 15% extra damage. So eventually I take that off, but we're just trying to learn her attacks and stuff at this point. Of course, she has input reading on heals. So anytime you press it, that was like frame 1, by the way. If you watch that in slow motion, it's insane. I am Malenia. I've heard this phrase so much that I should know her name by now. Yeah, starting to get it down, though. Waterfowl, of course, though. The biggest bane of my existence in this fight for a long time. And I really had to learn Waterfowl. Probably the most unintuitive attack in the entire game to learn how to dodge. There's also 100 different ways you could do it. If she does it close range, though, still to this day I'm dead. I cannot dodge that thing when it's very close range. Something I gotta work on eventually. But yeah, I'm very cautious fighting her when she has Waterfowl up. I believe she can't do it for 20 seconds or so after she does it. So after, you know, I feel like 20 seconds have passed, I get a very passive. Yeah, we're learning the fight pretty decently. It's going honestly nice, first phase at least. Finding different opportunities to punish, but I don't get too greedy with her because I don't have any moves that can stagger her really besides charge R2s and jumping attacks. Both are very risky to do when she has Waterfowl up. There's one right there. Getting partially dodging it, but still pretty shaky. Starting to come together very slowly, though. There's one pretty close up range. And it gets us. Yeah, the close range ones just kill me. I would say it was fun to learn this fight, but it was honestly pretty torturous. If I had more damage or a weapon that could stun her a little easier, like stagger, not just stun, but she has a lot of moves that just hyper armor, so when you do stuff, she just goes through it anyway, regardless of if a stun happens, like Waterfowl. There's a lot of moments where I stun her and then she just Waterfowls through it, which is so brutal. But yeah, we dodged our first Waterfowl there, if you saw. Pretty clean. Starting to understand. Yet I'm scared of a Waterfowl there, so I just back up. No need to take an unnecessary Waterfowl. Yeah, we're getting pretty good. You can see we're getting clean with it. The fight actually does become pretty fun when you understand it. But it does take a long time to understand this fight. I almost eat it there. This is my first encounter with Phase 2, by the way. I have no idea what's going on at all. Just running for my life. I'm trying to get some space to heal, but she's so aggressive in Phase 2. Yep. Input read the heal and go down like a sack of potatoes. Unfortunately, my sound died for this fight, so you're going to have to deal with the music in the background. Waterfowl, we're getting down pretty good, man. As long as we're at like medium range, we're money in the bank. I just wanted to show you guys one more clean Phase 1 before we really get into Phase 2. I was just kind of proud of myself. I just had to show off a little. Another clean waterfowl dodge, man. It's going pretty good. Kind of just waiting for another waterfowl at this point. It's just very scary. Last minute waterfowl right at the end. I get clipped a little bit. Luckily enough just to survive it. Honestly, good feeling. Now the phase 2 shenanigans start. And enjoy the montage of death. Starting to sniff out the waterfowls now. We're getting phase 2 down pretty decent. Of course, it's just such a long fight going to phase 1 to phase 2. It just, you start to build it up after a while and you start getting a little better. At least that's the hope. The hope is you get better. One last waterfowl dance. Of course, you had to do it. Again, flawless dodge of it. Very proud of myself on that one. I thought she was going to do another one there. I got really scared. Just being very patient. Trying not to screw it up. And Malenia is down. And that is Torch Only Run. If you guys like the video, like the video. And if you have any suggestions on any other challenge run ideas, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, hogs.